would love to keep all that people around me that they think that they're damaged. I love you all.
Hi.
Hello.
I was planning on making a video with Przha for a very long time, but I finally decided that it would be a great thing to do it now because guess what? Her book came out, right? That's awesome, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about this. But the first thing I want to say is my first guest was going to be my brother, who is also my cousin. It's very complicated. We have this thing in Islam where if you a toddler, if you are like a baby or something,
if you drank from
if somebody's mom breastfeeds you, you become their sibling.
So it's not your choice.
Yes. Yeah, so he's my brother. He was gonna be on the show and we actually recorded everything, but then he was like, I don't want to do it, maybe we can do it some other time. So I was like, fine, we're not gonna do it. But guess what? That left the opportunity for this amazing, awesome human being to be on the show. Yes, so you missed your chance out, milk brother. Yes. Okay, so welcome.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel about being on a low budget show?
It is totally fine. It's just weird to have you doing that talking in a formal way, and I'm just there like...
We're not formal here. I'm just sweating a lot. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm really glad that you're the first one here, and I'm planning on inviting more people, but enough about what I'm going to do, and let's talk about you. So this is Przha, and I met her in 2016, right?
Yeah,
16. Let's not get into it. So we basically met through some friends, and we actually met. We met in a bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I complimented her that she had the best playlist music, and I loved it because I was getting bored of all the people talking, and she had the best music, so I just listened to her and clicked to her. I was like, I like you.
That's very awesome, and I thought you were like super mature and everything, which you are. You are super mature, but I thought you were more like strict or laid back, but you're actually really cool. Yeah, so I was really honored.
Are we gonna get into the part?
No, we're not gonna get into that. So yeah, that's when we met. Then later on, after a couple of months, through a friend, we became friends. I remember you telling me that you wanted to write a quote book. It was, I think, fall of 2018.
Yeah,
right?
I think,
Yeah. You were telling me about that, and I was like, that's like pretty cool and everything, and I did not actually think that you would
go through.
No, I knew that you would go through with it, but I didn't know that it would be this soon.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about the book launch and everything? The launch, not the lunch. Lunch. Okay.
So I started writing about a year ago. I used to write. I used to paint to just express things in my head, or paint, or do sports. But I finally found the only thing that actually made more sense, which was writing. And I wanted to get out there and actually tell people about things that were happening. So I did it finally.
Yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about was like the inspiration behind these poems.
I think it was last year, since I wrote it last year. I actually started as a quote, just as something that it reminded me of things that I've been through. But then later on, I had more feelings into it, and a lot of things happened. And that's what inspired me to write all the poems.
Yeah, so I actually went through it. So as you can see, it's a pretty cool cover, and I read through it, and I picked out some of the writings. Do you call them quotes or poems?
I think poems, because quotes... Good question.
Yeah. Oh, revelation. Yeah.
I think it's in between, kind of. But
yeah, that's what
I think it's in between.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Some of them are quotes, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are poems. And I think I picked out a quote and 3 poems that I really
Okay.
liked. So before we get into it, I have some questions written here, like old school notebook kind of thing. Okay,
Expected
so
from an IT graduate.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I want to go old school. It's fine. I like
Same,
writing
same.
stuff. I
I
always
mean, I
take
wrote a
notes
book.
and stuff. Exactly. Yeah, good point. And you don't have a ebook, right?
No.
It's not a like.
I don't.
Not
I
an
think people should be
electronic
able to
version.
hold the book.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Even though I have never actually, I don't think I've ever read a physical book. The books that I've read are usually, yes, yours, aside from yours. Yes. So, one of the questions, like I asked you, was the inspiration part, and I want to know, like, what actually made you go for it. Like, we all have different ideas, different things that we want to do, but at the end of the day, we need a push, or we need like something to drive us to actually implement it, to actually do it. So what do you think
I
was your
think
inspiration?
a lot of people have a lot of things in their heads,
Mm-hmm.
and it changes constantly. It's never one solid thing. And what I experience is nothing stays, nothing lasts, only the feelings that you had. So I think it was a very, very good point of me to share things that others might have been feeling that they don't know about it. Because I've read a lot of poems that actually made me feel something that I didn't know I had. So I wanted to be someone that gave a meaning to a feeling to someone. So that's what inspired me, actually.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot about psychology.
Yeah.
You know, you think that you're super cool, and then you find out you have like 10 psychological issues within you when you read about it.
Yeah.
And I think the poems are the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
they help us discover who we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And many tend to look at feelings as a weakness. I don't, somehow.
Mhm.
Even though a lot of people think it destroys things, I think it just, we use it in a wrong way. So that the whole, like, this book is based on feelings, basically. Like, there's nothing logical about it. It's quite...
Are you replying to that comment they just made on your page?
No, it's fine. I think this is just based
general
on
way.
fully feelings. This one.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. Because, like, one of the other questions is, what do you say to the people who, like, don't find quotes or poems interesting? Or they feel like it has no purpose, especially like quotes? Because I saw online that people were... there's this famous writer, who is it? Like, what?
Rupi
Yeah.
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 Kapur.
Yeah, that person. Is it a girl? I've never looked into it either.
I mean,
I think so.
I think I have read some of her poems. I don't know.
Like a lot of people were like, okay, it's just a piece of writing. It's not something that meaningful. What do you say to those people?
I think they haven't been in a stage where they don't make sense. We usually tend to go to poems, to quotes, when our mind doesn't make sense anymore, and we want
doesn't
to
make
escape.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, in my case, when things get swirling around in my head, I just don't know who to talk to, so I just write. Write
You express.
To read.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So I think people just need a push to not know who they are and what they're not going up against.
So
Either that, or they don't like it a lot at all, and they just want to go for different things.
okay.
So I think there's two interpretations for.
So in your case, you're like using writing as an outlet
Yes.
to express even like the most, may I say, things that you have no idea
Yes.
that you have. So through writing, you discover things that you didn't know.
Yeah, because when you write, especially when you're really sad or angry, you write everything that comes in your head. And when you read it, I'm like, oh god.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling all that.
Yeah, that's exactly, because I made a video about this. I was like, if you're feeling a certain way, you should like write things down and like just discover what you're going through. So it's really interesting how
it helps
that's
a lot.
yeah, how that is turned into something creative, not only like a piece of writing to heal.
Exactly.
It's used
I
as
think
a
any
piece of art.
piece of writing can heal you, and if you're feeling certain ways. Like, we tend to go
Yeah.
for writings. I'm a writer, okay?
We're getting philosophical, huh?
I think, no, I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm really sorry. I spoke too much. I'm sorry. No, you were saying.
I think I remembered is that every writing has its own power if you're in a state of mind to be open to it. So if I'm very pissed, I will tend to be more open to a poem that express anger and revenge and hateful and all that negative comments. And if I'm very, very light and very nice, then I'll just go for something
Very
romantic.
nice. I gotta put a subtitle to that because yeah, your sound was very low. Hopefully the mic picked it up. Another question is, what's coming next?
So, as many of you are, let's say, have more feelings, will not be very feelingy. Is that a word?
It could be.
I just made a word. It's more of a truth that's hitting you in the face kind of way.
Oh, okay.
So I
That's
think it's more struggles, more how things turn out to be in real life. Let's say that, like the comment. Now
Wow.
going back to the comment. I think the next book would be more interesting. If I'm the reader, I would pick definitely the second book.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, because it shows me.
because you're gonna make people feel like crap.
No, I'll make them realize things that they don't even know that
The
exist.
harsh truth, huh?
Yes, it's
Oh.
very harsh truth.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's
That
gonna
sounds
start.
really
I'm gonna start
interesting.
with very, very nicely. You know, I'm just gonna guide you through it, and then I'll just drop it.
She'll just drop the bomb.
I'll just drop it.
Oh wow. Okay. Hello, we're back again. So we had some technical difficulties.
Two IT people couldn't fix the phone.
We could. It was the storage problem. Anyways, we're not gonna take up any more storage.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about how if you're not in a good state of mind, you should probably not read the next book that's coming, right?
A
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Maybe you should. You
Yeah.
probably should.
Maybe it will make you figure things out even
Yeah.
more, or just mess it up.
Or
I don't know.
cure your depression.
Yeah. Somehow.
Hopefully. Another poem that I chose
page?
was page 44. Let's see.
Wow.
Okay, this one, Cloudy Skies.
Okay. When you look up on the sky, not the clear blue sky, but one that is about to rain down on you, and you understand your value, your life, your blessings, and the loved ones you have, and loudly say thank you to whomever is above the skies. That is my dear, when you know who you are and what you can be. So I think this is about appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
About even though your life might be so messed up, like to the point of really, really being messed up, you will still have someone that cares for you. Even if you can't see them, they're still always going to be there. I think that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it was my family, actually.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so that was a really nice poem that I liked. And another one is like a quote. It
Okay.
is page 73. 73 is here. Infinite.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know who needs to read this, but darling, you are loved and needed in this world. You are a rare gem, and knowing that, darling, shine. As bright as you want, for you are infinite. I think this, I wrote this as when like we have moments where we doubt everything and we're just there like why it actually happens, or why things are the way they are. I think you should always remember that even if you don't feel like you are a rare gem, you are to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you don't feel it or notice it, they might not say it a lot, but you truly are.
Yeah.
That's what I want to elaborate on, that people don't, when we're angry and when we're sad, we usually cross everything out, and we think that we're the only one that actually are in that situation. But sometimes, just sometimes, you actually really matter so much to someone, and you might matter the world to them, actually.
Yeah.
So that's why I said you are a rare gem, and there will be a time where you will believe that, trust me.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. And another one is the
50.
last one, which was, I think, was my favorite, may I say.
Let me see.
50, unknown.
Okay. It is the known that makes me ready to face the unknown. I think it was at a point where when you figure things out in life, not all of it, because life is unfigurable, actually. You just can't figure all of it out. I think when you pick the pieces of the puzzle together and you're just there like, okay, I can see things now, until someone else just pushes it away. But I think it's a nice, very precious moment where you kind of clear things out and you see things the way they are, not for what you believe in them, but as they are. And I think that's the most precious thing you can find. Sometimes those precious things are human beings, actually. Because I wrote something a while ago there when I posted on Facebook, I think. It was a long writing. I wanted to tell people that we all go through things, but we never actually learn from people that are perfect, ever. We learn from people that are broken, or so we call them broken. We learn from people that have been through things because they have the most experience, or they actually know what matters.
Yeah.
So I love people like that, actually. I never go to anyone that thinks they have everything figured out. That's just boring, actually.
Yeah.
To me, that's really, really boring.
Yeah, because what you see is like the end result. You don't see the journey, but...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would love to keep all that people around me that are... They think that they're damaged. I love you all. My advice for anyone would be, if someone opens up completely to you, give them a chance. They actually are worth it more than someone that hides everything away. I take value in those who tell me everything about themselves, actually.
Just to add, like, a lot of the times we like to give advice to those people who open up to us, but actually that's not the right way to do it.
Just
the right way, exactly, just be there, just listen to them. Like, that's what matters to them. At the end of the day, they will, like, get out of that and assume that you gave them advice or something. They would like figure out things on their own when they speak to you about it. So, like, don't give advice. There was a cool article, maybe I can link it down in the description below with the link to her Instagram page, which you should definitely follow her. So yeah, I'm gonna link the article down as well about how to console somebody who is going through a difficult time.
I think I used to give advice to people a lot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. Like, I would actually consider myself an expert, and I'm just there like...
Do this,
so
do that,
now, when someone opens up, I'm just like, yeah, you figure things out. You go through the worst. Because you need that. We actually need to go through a lot of things to know what and who we are. So just be there.
Just be there. And give advice only when they ask for it.
They ask for it, exactly.
Yeah, that's the only time.
And because you give them the space to know things themselves.
I totally get you. So I just want to say thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the awesome book. Make sure to get your copy. You can still get your copy. You can DM her, right?
Yes.
You can DM her on Instagram. I'll link her information below, and also follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
So, shameless self-promotion. But no, definitely get the book. It's super cool. It's super fancy and awesome. I'm yet to take a cool picture with a cup of coffee next to it. Yeah.
And
I should definitely
just so you know, the design was made by a friend of mine.
Oh,
Paula.
cool. Oh, really?
Paula did it.
Paula.
Yep.
Oh.
Paula did it.
Okay, from you.
So I wanted to credit it because I promised him 1 kilo of ball and I still didn't get it.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'll buy it next time.
Cool. Thank you very much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you for doing this awesome thing, and I hope more people, including myself, follow in your footsteps in the sense that we pursue our dreams. So everything that you need to know is down in the description below. So make sure you give this a thumbs up if you want,
Yes.
and if you want, you can subscribe as well. It's up to you. So thank you so much for watching, and
Thank you.
I will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye bye.